Ad un nuovo appuntamento di questo compleanno diffuso di The Walk of Fame che celebra un anno dalla fondazione. Ospite stavolta è Gemma Sherry, uno dei personaggi più sorprendenti che abbiamo avuto occasione e la fortuna di intervistare negli ultimi tempi, una pianista di origine australiana ma che ora vive negli Stati Uniti, in particolare a Filadelfia. La sua è una scelta musicale di livello che va dal jazz ma sconfina anche nello swing e in altre sonorità contemporanee. Abbiamo giocato un pochino con lei, le abbiamo fatto qualche domanda sulle sue scelte artistiche ma anche sul suo nuovo album Let's Get Serious, passando poi per una serie di curiosità sulla sua vita privata.
Buongiorno, my name is Gemma Sherry and I'm a jazz singer and recording artist from Australia, now living in the United States. And this is the Italian premiere of my new album, Let's Get Serious, just for you.
My name is Blossom, I was raised in a lion's den.
So it's been definitely a challenging year. At the beginning of the year, I was on my way to do my world tour, going to Australia, Japan, Italy, and it all got cut short because of the pandemic. So it's been definitely a transition for me. I've had to figure out what I was going to do next, and given some thought, I decided to record a new album, and that's what's brought me to this new project, Let's Get Serious. I definitely had the space this year because of the pandemic. I had the time, as everyone did, to focus on the album, and I really wanted to make a difference and sort of lift people's spirits through doing this new music. And I've my last two albums were a lot more melancholy and relaxed and a little bit somber, and I really wanted to do something that was a bit more upbeat and happy. And when the pandemic happened, I thought this was the perfect opportunity for me to focus and get this album out there. So I actually started my musical career in jazz. So I grew up playing saxophone and doing jazz singing in different jam sessions back in the outback of Australia. And then when I moved to New York, I planned to come to do jazz, and I ended up falling into house music and dance music through going to so many great clubs, seeing Danny Krevit and numerous amazing house DJs in New York City and disco DJs. And so then that got me into doing lots of house records, and then I finally, when I moved to Philadelphia, moved back into doing jazz because that was sort of my one true love. But I do think that jazz and dance are very interconnected because house music has so many melodic qualities that I think are have come and stemmed from. Right now we are in Rittenhouse Soundworks in Philadelphia, and we are recording my new album.
Why don't you join the group? It's better than being a party.
We have a stellar lineup of musicians. I have Rick Jamison on the piano, he's incredible, from New York City. We also have Paul Bollenbach on guitar, amazing guitarist. Eric Wheeler on double bass. We also have George Coleman Jr. on the drums and Joseph Doubleday on the vibes.
Even softer, pianissimo.
So my main criteria when I was choosing songs for this album was they had to have funny lyrics, they had to be cute because I love cuteness, and they had to have a boppy kind of melody. And so pretty much all the songs that we chose for this album have all those elements, and I wanted to pick things that weren't too popular either as well, because I think it's great to bring old songs back to the new and expose people to new music. So I really wanted to bring happy, upbeat, a little bit silly music to people, because with everything going on in the world, I wanted to do something to cheer people up. And so this is what this album is all about, bringing happy music to the world. So when choosing the songs for the album, the main things that I really wanted to have were they had to be upbeat and happy, and I wanted songs that I really love a lot. So the first song that I chose for the album, which was a definite had to be on there, was Blossom's Blues, because one of my biggest idols is the singer Blossom Dearie. She's an amazing singer, no longer with us anymore, but Blossom's Blues was a song that she...
My name is Blossom, I was raised in a lion's den. My name is Blossom, I was raised in a lion's den. My nightly occupation is stealing other women's men. I'm an evil woman, but I wanna do a man some good. I'm an evil woman, but I wanna do a man some good. I'm Gina, Lola, Brigitte, I ain't Red Riding Hood. Why don't you skiddly-I-do, and I won't yap-ya-do-ba-do-do-do. If you don't skilly-a-doo, skilly-a-dee, and I will yap-ya-doo-ba-doo-doo. If you don't do skilly-a-doo, skilly-a-dee, and I will yap-ya-doo-ba-doo-doo, yeah. Blossom, I was raised in a lion's den. My name is Blossom, I was raised in a lion's den, yeah. My nightly occupation is stealing other women's men. I'm an evil, evil woman, but I wanna do a man some good. I'm an evil, evil woman, but I wanna do a man some good. I'm Gina Lola Brigida, I ain't Red Riding Hood. If you don't like my peaches, baby, why do you shake my tree? If you don't like my peaches, baby, why do you shake my tree? Get out of my orchard, baby, and let my peach tree be.
Yes, I have had some Italian boyfriends. They're always very passionate. I dated quite well known artist. I won't mention his name, who was from Italy, who I met in New York back when I first visited, like 12 years ago. And then I dated somebody back in high school. But I've always loved Italian men. Yes. I actually haven't got to visit Italy yet, but I love Italian food. I love Italian fashion, and I just love the creative side of it. Like, most Italians are so creative and passionate about what they do, and I just think they have a great way of living, and I'd love to go visit one day. It's definitely on my list of places to go. It took me a long time to figure out what makes an artist, because I thought it meant you had to have these, accolades, you have to win a Grammy, you have to release as many albums, but being an artist is a choice you make. And every day you choose to be creative, every day you choose to be passionate about what you do. And that's how I know I'm an artist, because every day I choose to write new songs, I choose to create new music, put my art into the world, and then even through like my clothing I wear, the music I listen to, like I'm being an artist in everything I do and everything I say. So that's what makes me an artist to the core. But of course I am a singer primarily, so yeah. Oh, everything. I'm hugely into fashion and hugely into music and photography, so those three things definitely inspire a lot of the work that I do. I love vintage film and music, and fashion, of course, so those things are like a big influence on my current albums, and I always look at different magazine culture to get inspiration from others. So this new album, Let's Get Serious, I called it Let's Get Serious. It's a little bit of a pun, it's a bit ironic, because the music isn't serious in the sense like it's very upbeat and happy. However, picking Let's Get Serious was also me saying like, hey, I'm serious about singing, I'm serious about my career, and I want to stamp my name in jazz with this next album. But also through doing the Kickstarter campaign to run and fund the album, and it was really about me sort of collecting a lot of people together and really getting a feeling of community and bringing everyone together that way. And so this was also like a celebration album to create hope for people and get people to celebrate like creating a new album together. So when we were looking at, I was tying around with Fabian Fiodo, who's the photographer, and also Daniel Danielson, who's the set designer. They're incredible people, and they live in LA. And we talked about like what the concept behind the album, that it was going to be happy and upbeat, and it was going to be like a celebratory type celebration album. that we looked for inspiration, like images that had like fireworks in them or sparkles. And so I think they really captured this in the album because we wanted to have a little cheeky side to it, but also like a little bit of a celebratory, like, you know, New Year's Eve or something, a bit of sparkle in it. Whatever Lola Wants, that was like a classic my father-in-law suggested, and I'm really glad I chose that because I think it worked really well.
Whatever Lola wants, Lola gets. And little man, little Lola wants you. Make up your mind to have no regrets. Recline yourself, resign yourself, you're through. I always get what I aim for, and my heart and soul is what I came for.
Even though it was like a happy, upbeat album I wanted to create, I also wanted to put in a couple of ballads, and a ballad I came across called Try Your Wings was a song that I heard Blossom Dearie sing, and also one of my other favourite inspirations in singing was Amel Larue, and she did a version as well. And so I couldn't not do this song. I mean, it's two of my favourite artists have done versions and no one else has really done it. And Try Your Wings is a beautiful song about, you know, even if you're scared to leave the nest, as they say, to spread your wings and go for your dreams and do everything you can to achieve it, because you've just got to be fearless and brave and know that, you know, you'll get there eventually. And I feel like that's a little bit connected to my story because, you know, I grew up in a little town in Australia, and it wasn't easy to move all the way over to the States without any family and friends here, but I, you know, was brave and courageous and just said I want to do this and did it, and it's been paying off.
If you've never been in love and you're longing for the happiness it brings, try your wings. If you're hungry for the sound of a lover saying sentimental things, try your wings. Even the tiniest bluebird has to spread its wings to fly. What a bluebird can do, you can do it too if you try. If you've always had a dream, but you've been afraid that it would not come true, hitherto, fall in love and you will find that it's just what you've been dreaming of. A first love never comes twice, so take this tender advice. Try your wings and fly to the one you love. if you've always had a dream, but you've been afraid that it would not come true. Hitherto, fall in love and you'll find that it's just what you've been dreaming of. A first love never comes twice, so take this tender advice. Try your wings and fly to the one you love.
And so I'm not really a Broadway like show tune singer, but when I stumbled across The Gentleman Is a Dope, I couldn't like not sing it on this album, and it was such a joy to sing such a great swing upbeat song, and I think the guys in the band really like did it justice. And yeah, maybe I'll explore more Broadway songs soon, but I don't think we make it sound Broadway, it just sounds more jazzy.
The gentleman is a dope, a man of many faults, a clumsy Joe who wouldn't know a rumble from a waltz. The gentleman is a dope and not my cup of tea. Why do I get in a dither? He doesn't belong to me.
So let's get serious. Check out the album. Thank you so much for watching the interview, and hope you'll grab a cup of tea or coffee with me, probably coffee in Italy, and I'll see you guys soon. Thank you.